Hello again. We're back. 60 minutes to lose. We're gonna lose them all, but hopefully not lose them that badly, because today we are playing Super Monaco Grand Prix, developed and published by Sega. Look at that lady, back when they still had grid girls. Those don't exist anymore. We have gone past the need for attractive women in race car driving. Yep, I guess. Alright. What do we got for options here? Control type. Yep. Okay, we have an actual accelerator and a brake, and then a pit in button. That's interesting. So I remember playing this on the Master System. It had this weird where like you shifted up and down, and that was your acceleration. But here, we actually have an accelerator here. You know what? I'm more comfortable with up being shift up. Call me weird. No. See, yeah, this is almost more. Man, they have all kinds of different control options. We're gonna stick it right here though. Language, English. Level. Oh, I'll do normal. Why not? And then we'll exit. We'll do Super Monaco GP, I guess. And look at this: B class, A class, Super A class. We'll do beginner because it's automatic. I suck at gear shifting. I'm not so bad if I have an actual steering wheel. Okay, here we go. Look at this. We get an actual first-person glimpse here. Yep, you gotta remember your braking zones there. I hit that apex perfectly. Don't even argue. Never mind, I didn't. I've been passed. My goodness. You know, I'm used to playing modern racing games with the racing line turned on because I'm a total chump, so I'm not so good at figuring out my braking zones here. Although I gotta say, this is immediately... Oh, we almost ran that dude over. Okay, we've qualified 13th. Very good. What was I gonna say? Yeah, this is the most robust looking racing game I've seen so far. Oh, look at that. Oh no. Dude, we spun that dude out almost. We went from 15th to 9th. That's a good start. Very good start. We don't want to break too much though. I overbroke in the qualifier, which is why I qualified so poorly. Everyone else just blew right past me. You don't have to brake like at all in this game, actually. Look at this. I love how you qualify on, like, a smaller portion of the track. You don't even do your qualifying lap on a whole track. Oh my god! That was a hell of a chicane. That came up. I didn't even realize it. Okay, well, that was brutal. I'll have to try to remember that for the next lap here. Check it out. Check out the tunnel, man. Everybody loves the tunnel. Beep it up, they say. Should have broke there. It's a pretty brutal hairpin. Braked. Whatever the terminology is. I drive cars. I don't drive race cars. Man, those jerky little chicanes. Position limit. New limit. What the heck? Does that mean I can't go below 11th? Or else I'll die? Maybe I should have picked easy. Or is that not a thing in the World Championship mode? Can I screw up in World Championship mode and it'll just say, alright, you suck, but that's it. My god, dude. Alright, and I'm screwed. Okay, well, there we go. We've immediately failed. Very, very good show. Retired. They didn't even let me... You didn't even let me finish my laps! You gonna call that a retirement? Let's switch it down to easy for just a moment here. And then let's try World Championship mode. New game. See if I can actually lose. It's a Formula 1 truck. A real-life Formula 1 truck. Do I get to pick my team or anything like that? The San Marino Grand Prix. Warm up. Give me, yeah. Give me 9 warm-up laps. No. Just give me 1 warm-up lap. I'll be good enough with that. Yeah, this is the San Marino Grand Prix. Isn't this is Imola, isn't it? Yeah, it's now known as the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. We just raced here. It's not my favorite track, but it's not awful, you know. Hell of a hairpin. Wouldn't say I took it in great fashion. It kind of does a little bit of auto turn for you in places. Oh my god, those S-curves. Okay, the signs did warn me about that. I can't say that that was completely unexpected. Look at me, I'm Nicholas Latifi. Okay, we're gonna have a janky little chicane right here. Oh my god, janky it was. And that's your warm-up lap, a 108. World record. No one can do it better. How about a machine? The Minare 594 with a Sega engine in it. Oh boy! Everybody loves a Sega engine. The Sega SG-1000. That's a reference to their SG line of home video game systems. The more you know. Driver, you. Nationality, your country. Boy, they really make you feel at home, don't they? Okay, well let's race. Time for the preliminary. Now let's hope it'll just let me, like, place poorly and say, well, you don't get any points and that's it. Look at his top speed. I'm a firm believer in the braking once you see the signs. The second those signs pop up, brake. May have broke too much that time, admittedly. As long as I do better than a 108, better than my literal warm-up lap. See, the other advantage here is I don't have to worry about tire management because this game is too old for that kind of modern technology. Okay, we're alive. We pulled away from the guy behind us just a little bit. That's not a good sound, you know? 15th! That's garbage! I want a 6. People are doing 54-second laps here? Do I just gotta never brake ever? Is that the trick there? Pass the cars at the hairpin turn. Okay, select rival? Oh, absolutely. Who do we got here? Madonna, Firenze, Millions, Castello, Blanche, Tyrant, Rosal, May, Bullets, Darden, Linden, Rigel, Comet, Orchis, Zero Force. So pretty clearly, these are not licensed drivers. I mean, there was probably a racer named Firenze at one point, right? Zero Force is definitely my rival, though. Screw you, Zero Force. Will you set him as a rival? Absolutely. I can drive faster than you, he says. Yeah? Watch me. Look at that. Just spin them all out. Now, maybe the rival system just means you can't lose to them or else you'll fail out. I don't know, though. Look at that. Just, wow. The way that we rode the entire curb. High-level race car driving there. Like, you gotta brake a little bit, but every time I brake, I over-brake. Oh, God. Oh, no! It's Zero Force! The literal worst guy on the track next to me. I don't know how you're supposed to do well in this game. Presumably through a lot of practice. But man, who wants to do that? I'm in the new generation of gamers. I want to just put the game in and instantly be good at it, man. It's okay. We can pass Zero Force again, right? I don't know. He's kind of out of there. Out of our sights, out of our mind. We got 5 laps on this godforsaken track. Trouble. Uh-oh. Yeah, it looks like I'm topping out. Well, that's not very good. Yeah, I got major engine problems. It's definitely not my driving. It's definitely this shoddy power unit that they gave me. Damn it, team. This is the best car you could make. I need a car that I can crash into everything and be fine in. I need to pit in, though. Look, Ma, I'm Nikita Mazepin. Yeah, pit in. Thank you, thank you. Fix my car up, friends. They did it. You can't fix an F1 car these days, you know. Okay, now I just gotta wait for everyone else to pit in. That was the undercut. That was the undercut. Once everyone else pits in this 5-lap race where you don't need to pit, they're gonna be sorry. Damn it, too little braking. It's either way too much or way too little. I don't want to, like, downplay this game, because it's doing a lot of very impressive things, or at least so far. It's the most impressive racing game we have seen thus far. But I'm pretty bad at it. I'm probably gonna get lapped. Oh no. Please don't lap me, Lewis. I was hoping I could just, like, ram him off track. I just pushed down on my right analog stick to try to look behind me. What am I playing? Forza Horizon? That's what we call safe race driving. Damn it. Well, I've been lapped by the top 3, and quite frankly, I deserve it. You stupid bitch. That is proper racing etiquette, I would say. Great. More troubles. Fantastic. This damn power unit! It's not my fault, it's the power unit, Ma! Whatever, let's do this last lap. With our troubles. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We DNF in the last lap? Somebody is actually pitting. Can we make it past them? It's telling you to pit in? I'm like, no, I don't pit in. Why are we still 16th? We should be 15th now. Due to a DNF or something. Hell of a Doppler effect there. Ah, you know what? I think that was somebody finishing the race. Oh no. Not everybody was that far ahead of me, just most everyone. Oh my god. Wow. Well, we put on a poor show. Results? You did awfully. It's true. Can't argue that. Oh, look at this old points system where only the top 6 get points. Get a hold of yourself, they say. Fair assessment. Brazil! Yo! Great track. Do a little warm-up lap here. Cat screaming at me. Oh, wait, but this isn't Interlagos. Never mind. What? Cat thinks I owe him all my time. Look at that. Hit that apex. Oh no, he's getting physical. He's ramming his head up on my foot. He's like, pay attention to me. I can't, buddy. I got very, very important things to do here. Like, show people how terrible I am at Super Monaco Grand Prix. He's upset. Now he's scratching all my stuff to try to make me mad. Okay, that I can take all flat out. That I can take flat out. That I can take flat out. That you may have to break a little bit for, though. See, it's all about developing a strategy for the track, which that's actually, you know, exactly what the warm-up is for. I just don't have time to be perfecting my warm-up every track right now. We've got 1 hour with this game. We gotta get as many tracks out of it as we can. So says I. Okay, let's race. Alright. You want to see the most blistering lap you've ever seen? We get off well. We have a car with some very good acceleration and launch to it. The problem comes when we have to actually race. Just a little tap of the brakes there. Beautiful. Aye, that's awful. Lost a lot of time right there. The dude thinks he's gonna pass us, but I don't think so. See, we have great straight line speed here. We just don't have a driver that can tame this beast. What? I don't know if you can hear him screaming at me, but he's going all out. He's been on me all day. Like, I haven't had a moment of peace. Sometimes it just happens with them. Look at that. Mildly better than my warm-up lap. Which means, yeah, way off the pace from literally everybody else. Yikes. It's fine. Zero Force is challenging you. Yeah, I bet he is. Look at this dude. I don't pick my rival. Your last race with him was a defeat. I can drive faster than you, he says. Dude, that's loud. Out my way, Zero Brains. I was supposed to brake there clearly because everybody's passing me now. I would just like to beat my rival. Like, that's good enough for me. I don't need to sit here and get points finishes. Damn it, I did that in my warm-up lap too. The qualifier, rather. I just want to beat Zero Force, though. No. My straight line speed is better than yours. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. Problem is, I have to keep this up. Did I brake too much there? It's odd. Okay, I've stayed ahead of this pack behind me. Barely. Never mind. They got a better exit. Dude, I hit that turn almost perfectly. If I didn't scrape the curb... No. No! Get out of here, Zero Brains. This is on easy, man. Well, that didn't go so well there, did it? That turn got me every time. Alright, so that's a retirement. They're gonna regret signing this contract with me. I placed last in Formula 3, and somebody said, maybe he'll be the next big thing. I don't think Formula 3 was a thing in 1989. 1990, sorry. You are of no use to our team. Oh shit. Okay, well. Fair. Let me free practice so I can take a look at what tracks we have here. Brazil, France. Yeah. Hungary, the Hungaroring Classic, West Germany, back when that was still a thing. USA, I don't know what scuffed ass track that is. Canada, yep. Great Britain, that looks like Silverstone, alright. Good old Monza, baby! Portugal, i.e. Catalunya at home. Spain, before they used Catalunya, maybe even before Catalunya was a track. It's Mexico, beautiful, beautiful Suzuka circuit. Spa, they got Spa in this game. Australia, of course. Obviously Monaco, you had to have Monaco. Let's lap around Monaco. How about it? Let's just free practice these. We tried the actual game modes and proved that we have absolutely no worth to us whatsoever. Man, I really got fired 2 races into the season. Right after I made a joke about being useless, too, they were like, you know what? You're right. Get the fuck out of here. Now, obviously, with this kind of faux 3D effect they got going on, you can't get real elevation changes, so that little hairpin there isn't quite as effective as it would be in a modern Formula 1 game. I might even stand the slightest chance in a modern Formula 1 game. I have a racing wheel. No pool. Rip. Oh, this is where the pool will be, isn't it? Yep. But no pool. Wow, those lazy developers couldn't even texture a pool right next to the road. Tell ya. Lap time is 1:15:25. That's not very good, is it? One might call it bad. Yeah, you really gotta leverage the free practice in this game a lot. A, B, and C for menu. Let me do Monza. Monza's, it's a stud of a track. The Palace of Speed, they call it that for a reason. Because you go fast. Now, it's just a big straightaway here, and then you get this absolute death chicane. This is where Max Verstappen literally landed on top of Lewis Hamilton. Although, okay, that's it in this game. It's a little wonky, gotta say. That sweeping right-hand turn there doesn't quite have the grandeur that it does in a modern game, and this is a little smoothed out compared to what it should be here. And then normally, oh yeah, there are trees on the side of the road, just like there would be here. You drive up, you get real fast, and then you go into a chicane section right here, which this game allows you to take very quickly, actually. You do have to slow down a little bit there. And then you get the Hyperbolica. The Parabolica, that's what it's called. Which, I screw the Parabolica up all the time in modern racing games. The fact that it's not a perfect parabola, or just like a nice rounded off turn, makes it very, very difficult. It's just like a little cockeyed. Yeah, you can go flat out right there. Full 316 kilometers an hour. No way you're doing that on the real Monza chicane. Gotta slow down there, okay. See, this is, I think, the best way to figure it out. Master the tracks on free practice. Easiest way to master them, just figure out where you can go flat out, first off. Because there are a lot of very, very deceptive turns that make it look like you'll be screwed. But right there, yeah, I just held the acceleration the entire time. And then Parabolica, that's flat out. Sure isn't in real life, but it is in Super Monaco GP. And that's actually sub 1 minute. I haven't done that on any track in this game. I'm decent at Monza in modern racing games, though, so This tracks. It checks out. Okay, I just gotta figure out the exact braking zone there, because that's clearly a problem. Dude, once you figure a track out, you can have a joy just hot lapping. I'm willing to bet that that sound is not anything good as well, by the way. Rode the curb just a little bit. Can we beat 59? I don't know about that. We did pretty bad on that northeast section. Yeah, no way. Only cost us like 2 seconds, but 2 seconds is everything in a Formula 1 race. That's such a strange representation of that chicane. Maybe the chicane was different back then, but I don't know. It seems odd. There we go. We just let off the brakes in that turn and then force the accelerator down again. There's probably faster ways of doing it, but that seems safe. Here we go. Now this is a lap. Turn in early so you don't hit those things on the side there. That's the brutality of the Parabolica. And wow. A 55.95. Noted improvement over what I was doing. That's like a 4-second improvement over that one lap I did. Look at that. Lap record. You gotta love that. Oh, it's Suzuka. I'm not amazing at Suzuka, but it's so fun. It's such a good track. Oh, what a delight seeing tracks that are still known today in this archaic format. Okay, let's get out to the outside so we can turn in here. And then you just ride that inside, skirt a little bit. You can take this all flat out. Uh-oh, it didn't like that. You could probably take it all flat out. It's just difficult. You gotta let go a little bit there. And this hairpin up here is brutal. I slowed down a lot, but hopefully it's okay. This turn up here I always find very hard as well in newer racing games. Boy, our car is mad at us right now. And then you get a nice little straight here. I believe this is a DRS zone in modern Formula 1. You don't get to actually see the bridge, unfortunately. Yeah, and that's a very, very intense intermediate chicane. Okay, so that's a 1:13.15. Pretty good. And then just let go of the accelerator. Let go of it again. Could have let go. Could have probably just coasted that entire turn. Ouch. That's the hairpin. That's the hairpin that you gotta slow down on. That said, I don't know how much they want you to slow down. It's difficult to gauge speed in this faux 3D setting, you know? It's such an unpleasant noise, which is why I believe it's probably trying to tell you that something is horribly wrong. However, that was a decent little brake there. My car didn't scream when I hit the brake. It helps that there's no signs to crash into on that chicane. That's a 5-second improvement. Or close to it. Didn't like that. I still haven't figured that out perfectly yet. Ah, that was quick. But maybe not smooth enough to actually translate to a good lap time. Man, that turn gets me in this game too. It's not just the modern racing games, you know? That was very, very nice though. You could tell by the absolute tranquility. There was no tire spinning. There was no... Nothing like that. 105.70. Is that better than what I did? I don't remember. See, Suzuka is just fun. Even in an older game like this, it's just fun. Still haven't mastered that. Yikes! Yikes! So you can't just let off the accelerator. You definitely have to brake there, which anybody could have probably told you. But it's all about experimenting, you know? Good God. These sounds. It's like, what am I doing to disturb you that badly, car? Oh. As I say, that's not me accidentally downshifting, is it? No, because I didn't hit down there at all. That sound happens when you try to downshift. Okay, that's Suzuka. It's a great track. You gotta do, you know what, this track looks just bizarre. This is what like every USA track looks like now, except for Coda. They're just these ungodly looking street circuits. I am kind of excited to see how Miami is, though. There are a lot of people who are like, no, the classic European tracks. I'm like, yeah, those are good too. But what if Miami winds up being great? We'll see. It probably won't. Dude, wow. You can take that flat out? Shocking, actually. I didn't like it, but I made it without crashing into anything. So this is like you gotta go on the outside and then, whoops, that was wrong. Get on the outside and then turn right into that apex. Just let off the accelerator briefly while you turn and then accelerate again. And then your car goes... This track is about what I figured it would be. Didn't quite work there. My strategy has immediately been foiled. You gotta start accelerating when you're like halfway through the turn. You can't think about how modern race cars and racing games operate, because this game doesn't have true-to-life physics. I'm sorry to say, it's a Sega Genesis game. Obviously, me being a Formula 1 fan, I'm going to be a little bit more predisposed to enjoying this game a bit than perhaps some other people may be. That's fine. It's a very difficult game. That wasn't really much better. I think it was slightly better, and that's it. That turn was certainly better, though. That sound, I just wish I knew what that sound meant. Like, is it not as bad as I think it is, or is it genuinely like, hey, you done screwed up, my man? That wasn't great. Just Just cut the track there. They don't hit you up for track limits on this game. They didn't yet have marshalling technology. Oh, we gotta be on this side. You gotta figure how to determine left and right upside down to make the map of any use to you. My god. That had to be better though, right? It was. It was better. It was a few seconds better. I'm actually kind of engrossed in this. I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a racing game, because, you know, I live in 2020 and there are more modern options that will probably give you more enjoyment. But for what it is, I mean, I'm stuck with it for an hour, and quite frankly, there could be worse fates. If somebody were to say, you can't eat until you beat it, I might say, I guess I will die then. Because this seems like one of those games that is just an absurdly uphill battle to try to actually beat. But I'm not going to call it impossible. People have obviously done it. Obviously. Double right-hander, left-hander, sorry. And that's another PB right there. Nice. Fortunately, they give you really, really garbage laps here, so that when you beat it, you're like, I'm so good! When the reality of the situation is that it's just a terrible lap. Yeah, you've beaten nothing. Okay, obviously, Spa. Obviously, you gotta do it. All-time classic. And it deserves to be, quite frankly. Monaco, it's a classic, but the racing also isn't that good. At least not with these huge cars we have here. That Turn 1 Spa is just built different, you know? Go down the old Eau Rouge. That's a more violent turn than it typically is. But Spa has changed a lot throughout the years, so it could just be that it was that twisty back then. But it's a much faster turn now, you know? Yikes. Spa's a tricky track to get real good at in modern racing games, mostly just because it's so long. Like, there's a lot of components that you gotta remember for it. But this section is fun. Just this kind of weaving, rolling area. Now let's see how much they destroy you with the chicane up here. Quite a bit. No, that's that. I was gonna say that wasn't even the chicane. This is the chicane. That was like the pre-chicane. Yes, this section of the track has captured a few lives. It's a fast, dangerous section. Dude, could you imagine if Formula 1 raced on Bathurst? It would be a terrible, terrible idea. But holy cow, the concept is really funny to me. If you're unaware of Bathurst, it's a circuit in Australia. Where you got this, like, kind of rectangular section of long, fast straights, but then this, like, tumor on the side of the rectangle that's just this long, windy mountain pass. A lot of blind turns. You can go flat out for a lot of this here, can't you? You can even go flat out for that chicane, actually, because the game kind of carries you through it. You cannot go flat out on turn 1, though. Shock and awe. But yeah, there's a lot of blind turns, a lot of wild elevation changes. It's another track that is very, very difficult to, like, get actually good at. But if you can, it's so fun to drive. I love Bathurst. Gotta learn to steer in before you hit the turn markers sometimes. Look at that. The speed. The speed. I'm speeding. If only I didn't do so badly on turn 1. Because, man, the rest of this is fast. And this is what I say, careful chicane. And I'm like, dude, just... Okay. I think that there's a way where you can kind of fool the game into letting you take that completely flat out. You can kind of abuse the slight auto turn that it gives you for those wild chicanes, because I think I did it once. So that's the other thing. Beyond knowing how to actually race these tracks in this game, the game's gotta have quirks where you can just abuse it, right? It's a 16-bit game, of course it does. But, sorry, scratch that. It's a video game, of course it does. Video games wouldn't be nearly as fun if it weren't for all the exploits. No, that's not true. I played some very rock-solid games that were very, very fun. But, you know, there's a sense of camaraderie when it comes to finding breaks in games, you know? That's why the speedrunning community is so large and in charge. Yeah, see? See? You can take that very, very fast. And then, God, going into turn 1 is so tough. Because you've been conditioned to just hold down that accelerator the entire rest of the track. Why the triple growl? Why the triple growl? Tell me. What is the purpose of it? Just to rain on my parade? Just to say, hey, you're not as good as you think you are? I know I'm not as good as I think I am. I got fired 2 races into a season. Okay. I love this section. It's so fast. Look at that. Just incredible. And then, yeah, that was some engine growl, but you know what? It's better than running into a sign. One more lap, one more lap. I love Spa. I can't stop, you know? You do well into turn 1. I only got 1 engine growl there. I didn't get a triple growl, so that felt better. Let's see if we can translate that into a screaming lap time. Screaming by my standards, at least. And then probably a joke by everybody else's standards. There we go. Very nice speed. Very nice. And then they're gonna try to get you to slow down with these chicane signs. Don't do it, man. Just turn. 105.05. I think that was a new best there. But we gotta check out some other tracks here. I know I'm not being as witty this time around, but you know I'm really yeah, me witty, good one. I'm just having fun, you know, coasting through, hot lapping here. No. Back to free practice. I didn't mean to remove myself. Let's try Australia. I remember Australia as a track well because it was the first track in F1 World Championship for the... Or was it F1 World Grand Prix? I don't remember what it's called. One of the N64 F1 games. The season opener was Australia. And I played it many, many times in an attempt to figure out how... Okay, it turned too early. Clearly. In an attempt to understand how to play that game, because that game too was very hard. Until I just turned on all of the assists and basically never broke for anything. That was like the only way that I found to actually beat it. Like, Some people are like, yeah, you have to, you know, learn the tracks really, really well and get your braking perfect. And I'm like, dude, turns out the best strategy to actually beat the game is to just yeet it. Turn off damage and yeet it. The strategy doesn't work if damage is turned on, admittedly. The car does not like me right now. The car is incredibly upset with what I'm doing to it. Son of a bitch. Hitting that tire wall wasn't good for me. Then we turn. Get some engine growl. Man. I think we hit that sign the first time as well. I'm not sure if we completely hit it or just grazed it this time. I think we didn't even hit it. I don't know. Come on. Alright. So, not doing so great on this track. Be the first to admit that to you. However, that is a sub 1 minute. That was better. Can we do a little better again, please? Just a little bit better? A smidge is all I ask. That sign, man, that sign. It's not the turn, it's the sign. Trust me. Being an accomplished race car driver myself in my day. No, I seriously don't get, like, how human beings drive Formula 1 cars. They are so fast and so terrifying. Yeah, call me a baby, because I am one. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I have a sense of self-preservation. That's another PB, right? Sure was. Good enough. We got to see it. I'm glad they have free practice, or else the only tracks I would see this entire video are Brazil and San Marino. And wouldn't that just be pitiful? Look at that straight on Mexico. Let's check this out. The longest DRS zone in history. I know DRS didn't exist yet. It wouldn't for many, many years. They didn't need it back then. Man. Just like appreciate that outside line. How it waves towards and away from the track. Okay, took that flat out. That's remarkable. Again, that's the point of free practice. It isn't to get your braking zones perfect, it's to see how much you can get away with holding the accelerator down. And on this track, honestly, more than I was expecting. When I saw how windy this half here is, I actually turned too much there. You can get away with holding that accelerator down more than I would have assumed. Yeah, that is now that I'm staring at that white line, that's actually kind of hypnotizing. Like, look at that. That's smooth, honestly. I'm impressed with that. Fine beauty in the most minute of pixels. Okay. Should have turned earlier. Crashed directly into that sign. I know you can take that pretty fast, though. We did it last time. Maybe, again, it's just a matter of figuring out the most exploitative racing line to take. Okay. This is not going to be an impressive lap because of smacking directly face first into that sign. That white line, look at that, look at that. Just beautiful. See, that's sometimes when people talk about good graphics, it's not necessarily about, like, the sprites or anything, but just, like, the small details animating. Like, look at our tires. Dude, see, look at that! I knew it! You just have to turn in earlier. This isn't going so hot. I'll give you that much. Yeesh. But that should be a new PB. That's such a fast turn. That's a fun one. 53.40? Why, yes. I do believe that was me who did that. Alright, well. After hitting the sign now, I need to evacuate myself. Boy, that is a janky looking circuit. I don't know how I feel about Spain there. Yep. Wrong button. Let's do a little Silverstone action though, right? Not gonna look at every track, you know, just some highlights. It's an alright game. Very, very difficult, but I'm sure with enough attention to detail and practice, you could make something happen in it. The game obviously predates Circuit of the Americas. You're not going to see any of the Middle Eastern tracks in this game for other obvious reasons. I just wish that those reasons would stay obvious these days. Look at that. Look at that. No way you can take this end part flat out. No chance. Of course I'm going to try it. It's with the helicopters. Okay, I guess you can. Silverstone, fastest track in the world, maybe? Gotta turn in earlier. If you turn in earlier, you can probably clear that. Otherwise, there aren't a whole lot of difficult turns here. I've invented the worst racing line ever. Wrong side of the road. That didn't matter. Low punishment area. You could easily conk yourself out there, I think. And then this, honestly, it kind of drives this for you. Like, that is way easier than it even looks. Shit. I gotta figure that out, because no doubt in my mind, you can take that flat out. If you can take the rest of this track flat out, why not that? Like, that should be an even easier turn than that final chicane there. And that one hasn't given me any problems. Again, exploit the game. You're learning the game more than you're learning the track. That's what you gotta remember. Okay, I turned in way too early there. That's on me. I admit that. Downside is it means I won't get maximum speed, which means I won't get an appropriate gauge of this turn here. That said, I'm going to start turning in right now. But that was not that was not top speed. So don't get too excited right there. I don't think I've cracked the code on that one yet. I've gotten, like, no engine growls on this track. That's pretty sweet. You know the side you gotta be on here. I've said it before, you could bin it there so easily. You do lose a little bit of speed hitting that curb, but it's better than dying. Yikes. This will again not be fully top speed. But it's feeling closer, man. What can I say? You put a car racing game in my hands, I am just the epitome of content. I honestly do love racing games. It's fun to go fast, you know? Show me a person who would disagree with that assessment. The only person who would say, well, quite frankly, I would rather go slowly. Not perfect. But yo, maybe being not perfect is part of the puzzle. 5190! Good lord! Maybe being not perfect makes that turn just so much easier. Were you even better than a 5190? Because that felt pretty stanky, and I mean that in the best way. I don't mean bad stanky. Tiny kiss on the curb there. Turn in. Look at that. Incredible. 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 That's a 5175. That is even better. That's top speed right there. We can beat it. We can beat it. Just grant me this one more lap on Silverstone. And show me what a man is made of. Or I will show you what a man is made of. Whichever. No. That sucked. That really sucked. I was on an absolute humdinger of a lap there. That slowed me down by a lot. You kiss it just a little, and you'll live. You ride on it like that, it slaughters you. That's a shame, because I was feeling mighty strong. Like, I took that chicane flawlessly, and I don't know how. That said, 53-55 is not the worst ever. Alright. That's enough. I get like one more. Okay, now that I played the game a little bit more, I'm gonna do like one lap in San Marino, which was killing me, and I'm gonna see if I can apply these same basic principles here. Can you, in fact, just do it flat out while remembering that you just have to turn in? Is this a universally accepted strategy in this game? I don't think it's going to work right here, quite frankly. Yeah. Grazed that tire wall, unfortunately. So I don't think that it's a perfect strategy that works for every track. Yeah. Yes. Honestly, San Marino is a brutal opening track. I think it's much more difficult than some of the others. Look at that, though. It's a good thing that it kind of navigates those chicanes for you for the most part, because otherwise, oh mama. Yeah, no way you can take this flat out. No, actually, you can take that flat out kind of easily. Yeah, see, look at that. It's just like, it slings you straight through those chicanes. It's kind of neat. I mean, unless you want to be fully in control of the car. But it does play a bit of it for you, admittedly. Knocked into the tire wall again. So yeah, you can't take that flat. Or can you? I don't know. Again, maybe there's like a god zone where you can turn in at the exact perfect time and make it happen. that's brutal too. I don't know. It's a tricky track. Is this San Marino or Imola or whatever you want to call it? Well, let me just double check and make sure it's the same track. Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Oh yeah, that's the same track for sure. Looking at the layout, definitely the same thing. Okay, well, I didn't play much of the actual game modes because they were bitterly difficult, but we got some fun little hot laps in. Some of the tracks are more fun than others. Once you start having to figure out how to brake, boy, I don't know what to tell you. That becomes very difficult. However, because we have cleared Super Monaco Grand Prix, this now means that we are ready to rank them. The games for hold on. July, August, and September of 1990. That's the period of time that we are working with here. Let me just slot this in here. Okay, so from worst to best. Worst, James Buster Douglas knockout boxing. Not even a contest. The game sucked. I don't want to play it again. Above that, Budokan, the martial spirit, marginally better than James Buster Douglas knockout boxing, but still feels pretty similar in terms of just not being fun. Above that is Pat Riley Basketball, which is actually going into the realm of fun games. Pat Riley Basketball is a decently fun basketball game. It's just severely lacking on content, and therefore that puts it down a little bit, you know. It has a ceiling for sure because of that. Above that is Afterburner 2. Significantly better than Afterburner 1 on the Master System. I cannot stress that enough. But Afterburner still, in general, just isn't quite my thing. So, there you go. Above that is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. A lot of people say it's a trash game. It's fine. It's a novelty. I appreciate the novelty that it is. I enjoyed that I beat it. It was very fun beating it. I mean, maybe not the most fun game to play. I don't know. It's charming. It has a place in my heart. Above Moonwalker is Super Monaco GP, which I've just decided goes right there for reasons that can only be defined as me being a Formula One fan and that automatically giving it brownie points with me, and the fact that so far it is the best Formula One simulation that we've played, chronologically speaking. Obviously, newer games are going to be better. Above that is Cyberball, which was a very fun football game. It turns out you put robots into football, and it just makes it all the more fun. Deeply enjoyed Cyberball, despite its flaws. And then the best game was definitely Ghostbusters. Just an all-around great package, and finally a good Ghostbusters game. That's the most shocking part, is that they finally came out with a good one. Mostly because it wasn't Activision. Sega knocked that one out of the park. So good job, Ghostbusters. You get the golden crown of being the king of the mountain for that release period. Next up, we are going into October of 1990, and there were 7 games released in October, so we'll just be able to rank all of those together. And the very first one is a game called Atomic Robo Kid. I don't know what it is, but it's on the Genesis and doesn't sound like a sports game, which means it's probably a shoot 'em up. That's my flow chart. Does it sound like sports? Yes, not shoot 'em up. Does it not sound like sports? Yes, probably shoot 'em up. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe it'll be forgettable. We'll get to it when we get to it. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time.